then Nick Feller. Nick, I'm going to ask you a little something different. All right? So get ready. You don't know what I'm going to ask you, do you?
I have no idea.
All right, Nick's one of our own. He raised in this church, and you went on short-term mission trips, and you got called to the ministry. And tell us a little bit. I mean, is there any? Did this whole conference, not just the conference, but the mission trips, have anything to do with your calling?
Yeah, so I'm 32 years old, and about 16 years ago, half my life ago, I actually felt called to ministry here at one of the Global Impact conferences we did here. And I do remember, never feeling fully called out to the mission field. I have gone on mission trips to Brazil and things like that, but yeah, I just felt like with the giftings that God had given me, He was calling me a full-time Christian ministry. And I remember you actually had led the call and asked if there was anybody who wanted to do that. And I remember stepping out in faith, having no idea what that really meant. Here I am 16 years later and hired here on staff at the church as an associate youth pastor, and working with our high school students. We're trying to get into the schools, and yeah, it's been.
Well, what did you do now? You were called at 16, so you were still in high school, I assume, and then you went on to college, and then you went to seminary. And so, what happened in that?
Yeah,
the process maybe a little bit.
Yeah, so that was kind of the thing, was I wasn't really sure what my next steps were. I knew what God was asking me to do, but how do I follow God in full-time Christian ministry? How do I go about doing this? And so you guys kind of, as a church, helped lay out some steps for me about education, and as well as even I received some help for school as I left out to go out. That was really helpful. But yeah, after going through school and things, just coming back full circle back to the church here where I grew up, and having the opportunity to serve with you guys has actually been quite a blessing.
Okay. Yeah. So what would you, somebody out here, I know we have a lot of people that are probably thinking, well, maybe it's me, maybe, we had people that come to us on Wednesday night and say, well, I'm not sure if I think I'm called to the ministry of some type. Any advice that you would give them tonight?
Yeah, don't be afraid of the call. I would say jump into it, full-heartedly. And if God doesn't want that to happen, I mean, I've had door after door slammed in my face, and I kind of get used to that kind of thing. But at the same time, it was about obedience for me. And so, eventually the right door does open, and God puts you where He wants you to be. And so I would say just be faithful, and if that's what you feel is God is calling you, leading you in that direction, don't be afraid to put one foot in front of the other.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for your life, and thank you so much for serving with us here at Associate High School Minister here and in our church. Let's give Nick a round of applause.